Welcome everyone to our weekly call. Today's topic is ease with anxiety. So, as we always start with a very basic question, what does the word ease means to all of y'all? Ease with anxiety. The word anxiety, what does it mean to any of y'all? What's the first thing? It's about more than the feeling. I want to know what's the term. What have y'all addressed within your world when you heard the word anxiety? Anyone can
Lost.
put it on?
Overthinking everything. Overthinking everything.
Okay,
I
overthinking.
got the word loss.
Lost.
Loss. LOSS.
Okay, you feel you're lost. Okay. Go ahead.
Loss of
Restlessness,
something.
not
Loss of
feeling.
people.
Okay, one by one, one by one. I know today's topic is very like buzzing in everyone's world, but just one by one. Go ahead. Now anyone can unmute or just put your hands up.
Worrying all the time about what's going to happen. I have to take this flight. Now I'm traveling to Delhi and I have to wrap up my house for a month because my mom is not well, as I said. So I'm just
Right.
worrying about her, about wrapping up my house, what to pack,
So,
all the things I have to finish.
so the monkey mind overtaking it over.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What else? Anyone wants to unmute and say?
Rashi, as I was saying, like I'm carrying this butterflies in my stomach since childhood, and sometimes doesn't allow me to sit also. But it's a trigger attack. You can say trigger anxiety attack. So if something triggers, then only anxiety strikes. Otherwise, you can see me in a very. No one can make out that I have anxiety attacks and all, but I do get paranoid.
So are you aware when it happens to you?
Especially when things are not in my hand, or when people judge me for things where I am not even, it's not there in my space.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I'm going to
Or
get back.
manipulating.
Okay, I'm going to address all of this. Thank you for bringing this up. Yeah, Vandana, what do you want to say?
So, I think from doing Access recently, I've realized that I've suffered with anxiety like a condition all my life or for a long time. And what I have done to tackle that anxiety is to be over organized. I'll book my tickets way in advance. If I'm traveling, I'll start packing 10 days in advance. I'm just going to Delhi. I have a full wardrobe of clothes there. What do I even have to pack in the first place? This is my second home, Then I will just do everything. And if something goes off frame, like today, I was not able to do my prayers, for instance. That just gives me a full blown anxiety attack. And the person who triggers it the most is my daughter, because the more organized I am, the more disorganized she is. And she just does, she's a total humanoid, and it just drives me bonkers. And I have now realized that awareness has started coming to me that this anxiety is what has driven me. Like, if you see my cupboard, it's so organized, you can go blindfold and pick up whatever I want. I can really say
We know who we have to call for organization.
yes. Even the outfits that are hanging on the left side is this sari. So I know all this outfit. I know exactly which outfit. If I can call somebody, say,
You're right. You're aware, right? You can make a business out of that.
yeah, that is true.
And I'll be the first one to hire you.
So Rashi, as she said, no, I also keep my money ready if the Amazon parcel is due. Okay. If I'm going by a cab, my change is perfect. I mean, I do not have to, because that's how it, what I mean to
It
say.
triggers to you guys. Okay.
Yeah, it triggers. I mean, it's not a very easy. I can't keep someone waiting at the doorstep. So what I'll do, and I now take it as a rightness also, not as my wrongness, because I know what triggers me and whatever. I mean, my hands will not shake, but I'm not in my best of form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of that. So for me today, I've already started packing, though I'm leaving on Monday. And I said, okay, let me put my bars chart. And I don't know where I put my bars chart, which is unthinkable for me. It's always in the same place. And Rajini will know that she's come to my house for bars swap. And now it's going to drive me bonkers. Till I find that bars chart and put it away with my stuff, I will not be able to think of anything else.
I love what you guys are expressing today. Okay. Shamshedji, you had something to say? Your hands was up before I start addressing all of this. Where are you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Camera went away. Huh.
Hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The thing is, I am not myself. When I'm anxious,
Mm-hmm.
I'm everything but me. I'm not present with myself. Maybe
Beautiful.
I say same thing, but I'm saying it in a maybe different way.
Yeah. But if you'll notice, whoever shared, wrote on the chat, look at the common energy. When you guys all are saying regarding the stories or whatever you are going through it, you guys are not being yourself. Are you all aware of that? Can you all acknowledge that? So everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, poor and poor, all nine shots, boys, forwards and beyond.
Not a single tool, not a single tool I can use at that time. Who does it belong to goes for a toss. No entity clearing, nothing happens that time. Just like I am not there only. Like it's anxiety is the main entity there, and I am the secondary. But when I'm in a calm thing, when I am in my calm position, you can see the way I create and I manifest things in like this. So just to tell you, and there's one more thing, just I'll add.
I have nothing to say. I'll say once I'm going to put you in mute, then I'll start saying. So I'm
Yeah.
giving you the
So,
5 minute window for everyone.
I have a point of view that I use tools because I love it. My body loves tools. So there is no reference point कि ये tool से ऐसा होगा. Just I use it. I love it. My body loves it. So I use it. But when it comes, when I am in anxious state, who does it belong to? एक बार बोलूंगी ना ऐसे, अरे कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है. You know, I start. So this is how, yeah. And suppose if I'm in a calm state and I have used many tools, I have not a single judgment कि ये काम किया कि नहीं. This, because I'm loving it. So just to say what happens, and yeah.
Rajni, you? What do you want to say?
Anxiety is a complete feeling of restlessness, and as prior to this, Sonu was speaking. She was saying that even I feel so low at that point of time, some energy kind of suppressing me, and I even no judgments or anything like that, but I cannot use the tools at that point of time instantly.
Thank you everyone for sharing. So just look at that for a second, guys. All of y'all have acknowledged, as I said earlier also, y'all know y'all are not being yourself. Can y'all acknowledge we all of us are like a sponge bag of energy where unknowingly nothing has to do like you have to come from a background of spirituality or something you need to know. It's just a basic thing. We all have that power in us that we get absorbed by our surrounding and we make it real in our body, in our world. Even as you all said, we have tried that, who does it belong to, it doesn't, because unknowingly that time it's become so, you guys have made it so real that it's that thing, it's become a part of you. So that minute, it's like a triggering, it's like a default mode that you go into the polarity that you're going to allow this to happen to you. Because this is the only way most of us function. When I am going through an anxiety, I feel alive. I can control it. Because the idea is, underlying to all of this is you guys all love to control. You all are freaks of controlling people. And us waqt, you can't control anything. So you go like, oh, I have to get anxiety because this is the only way you can turn on your body.
Rashi, you are bang on. I'll tell you, because I had a water leakage problem and it was related to the neighbor, no? So I felt completely helpless because it was not in my hand. If things were in my house, like today, my washing machine switch bigad gaya tha. It took me no anxiety attack. It took me just 1 minute to call up that plumber. He came from far away because it was in my hand. What you said, no control. Because and that thing, leakage problem, was related to someone else. So I felt very helpless. And there was like majboor.
Yeah.
What I mean, what you said is a like proper what is
Yeah, Vandana.
If one has travel anxiety, like I also
Same
have,
thing. So can you tap into that? How many people are traveling and how much they have anxiety? And you're taking it all in your world?
and it's also loss of control because in my house, I'm in control. But the moment I leave my gate, there's traffic,
Yeah.
other cars, I'm
Because you can't control it. So all of us, when we can't control, we think anxiety is normal because you're trying to find yourself in that. So your body is just giving you a dopamine signal, get alive. Instead of having that ease, we take into anxiety. But anxiety and excitement are same. It's only in the brain how you give signals. So be honest to yourself, all of you. Whenever you're feeling anxiety, is it anxiety or it's excitement to your body? Because you're getting alive. When you're feeling alive, the body just radiates up. And as someone said earlier, I forgot, I think Sonuji, you said that you feel that butterfly. So why most of us, when we are put up on the stage or anything in life, like, where they just have to be socially experiencing the world next to them, what happens to them? Why do they think that it's anxiety? I can't talk. I'm getting butterflies in my stomach. Just be present. Touch your body and ask, was it anxiety or was it excitement that time? But we, from our brain, took it over that this is called anxiety. Because this is the programming again of this reality that you can't control it. So this is what you do. And why do we, and wherever you align that you just have to control. What if you were just out of control? Because there's no definition to anything.
Rashi,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
sorry, I just want to
Yeah.
ask you, but see, when you're I mean, from the meaning of anxiety and excitement, see, when you're excited, usually you're happy and you're more, excited to do
Cheerful,
things,
so
blah,
to
blah,
speak,
blah.
right.
But when
True.
you're anxious, you're more low, you don't feel like doing things, you are
Because you
more,
can't control it. So you're not able to control it. So you're putting a facade that I'm low.
okay.
And most of us, when we are joyful, as you said, you're excited because you already control and you are aware, you already know what's happening there. When we don't know something, we don't allow allowance or awareness to show up because we are humanly programmed to have a control of our scenarios. It's like as simple as I'm just going to take Vandana's example. She knows she's going for a trip. She knows her destination. She knows it's her second house. But she knows even her airlines. She knows what time has her flight. But from her house to the airport, what the experience of her flight could be, that's an unknown thing. A flight could be smooth, it couldn't, whatever. But the point is, there are zillion people who are flying in different zones. So your body starts tapping into that because we don't know how your journey is going to be, but not trusting what you are aware of. We don't acknowledge that, how powerful and potent we all of us are. We make it as a signal, oh, I don't know, so I better start stressing and start taking as anxiety and worrying about it. So we self-invite and we like to believe that in life, the polarity has to be there. It's like good ke saath something bad has to come. You can't have everything good. So it's a programming of this reality that you want to believe that anxiety is real. So everything, all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate the all? Right and wrong, good and bad, for and for all 9 shots, boys, provads and beyond. Okay, I'm
Rashi,
thinking.
when I see people, no, they are like, आराम से टैक्सी में छुट्टा नहीं हो तो आराम से पान वाले के पास जाएगा, फिर वो छुट्टा लेगा, then he'll come, even if the someone is honking behind. I saw that scene, मेरे को anxiety, I was like, wow.
Because you can tap into other people's anger. So you need to acknowledge that. So whenever you guys are feeling anxiety and that time, oh, I don't have that change, what's the worst will happen? Ask yourself that. Point is, we're believing this is real. So you're more and more making it real because it's like, what, you've experienced one thing and you know how people say, oh, I've had a bad relationship. So you start creating a barrier. I'll always get a bad relationship because I've experienced an X. So you want to keep repeating X into X, X into X. Instead of going like, oh, that was my awareness. Now what? At least you'll never repeat it. But what is it that we don't create again?
And especially when this anxiety comes, no, I start operating from past references.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said about relationship. So
Yeah,
in any
exactly
of your
what
life, do that.
and I can literally visualize somebody, हम लोग envelope डालते हैं ना नीचे से, वो ऐसे, you know, this thing comes like, अरे पहले तो ये हुआ था, and then I start joining the dots, A plus B and all that. What you said,
Yeah.
was, yeah.
So point is, it's a story. You want to live with your story, then anxiety is going to be your best friend throughout your life till your last breath of this reality. Point is, you know you can change it. And as you're saying, the tools don't work that time because you don't want the tools to work, because you want to believe this is real. It's becoming your best friend.
So then
As again, the very basic line, no one said life is easy, but you can have ease if you're ready to trust you and have your back. Go ahead, Vandana.
anxiety lead to OCD and perfectionism?
Depending on person to person. Some people really panic and they lose the plot. Some people go because you already have an OCD capacity is different than having anxiety.
Okay, because I become OCD then. I have
Yeah, OCD is a capacity of having awareness how things should be there and there. You can just sense about that place. Okay, so that's how people start doing OCD. But in that, you panicking, that's your personality radiating on that.
Not panicking. I just have anxiety. Like, you know
Yeah.
what?
So wo koi panic mein jayega, some people will go in anxiety. It triggers different for people to people. There is no like a fixed rule to it.
Yeah, like everything in my house, if you come, is in the same place every time. So that's an OCD. Even the maid, when she does, has to put everything properly. That's OCD. And if it's not, then it gives me anxiety.
Okay. So what if they didn't do it and you did not make it a big deal? What will happen to Vandana's body?
Vandana's body will go there and start adjusting it and make it perfect every day.
Okay. Okay. And is that bad?
And the body will get angry and say, why do I have to do this every day? This is your job. You're
No.
supposed to put everything properly to the maid.
No. So then you need to ask for people who have the capacity of OCD to serve you in your house. You're choosing wrong people to work for you because you can keep proving how right and control freak you are.
Right.
So when you know you require certain things, you demand for those kind of people in your world. Until the time they don't think, because see, of course, when you're going to hire any staff or anyone in your life, the basic things is, of course, you know, you're asking for a cleaner person, which they know their work is that. But to the degree how you like it, it could be only a % people. It doesn't mean you can't ask for it. Point
So
is when
Rashi, my maid manipulates me. Rashi, my
you
maid
have to manipulate that. That's why so you have to first thing ask whenever you guys are hiring, truth, will he or she, whoever that staff is, will they be able to give me what I'm asking for? And they'll automatically, when we use the word truth before anything, that person is bound to tell you the truth.
She knows, that is why she acts like a proper dumb person. You know, she knows that I like it this way, and she is very very nicely she works, stress free, and I am stressed out.
Because she knows, so it's a good. She's a smart bitch.
And she tells me, you know, you will take care of it. No, why should I worry?
Yeah.
तुम्ही बोलणार मला.
So तुम्ही बोलणार, so of course na, because she knows that you will do it. So now choice is, do you like to do it? If you're not, then you have to be the smart one to outcreate that space. Okay, woman, it doesn't work for me. I'm okay to let go of you. There will be two things. Yeah, she'll be really okay to go, or she will get her balls up and work for you properly. You guys have to be smart about these things. What are you all asking for?
Sometimes I feel I am working for her. She's not.
Because you like to control it. Even Vandana likes to control it. That's why most of the time it's an old programming of even our parents' reality, when the mothers used to go like, oh, you know what, the servant is, because they want to show and prove I am doing it right. It's a control energy, and that's why you'll get that anger, anxiety regarding because of this, because you want to prove. Just allow, there's nothing to prove. You just have to be you. The underlying to everything is to trust and have your back for everything. People will be people. You could be of any caste, religion, any country. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And you always have the awareness of what staff are you attracting. or
And
what
that
people
is
are you
why
living with?
I'm so aware that I tell my mom that she is manipulating us. She tells me that she's very innocent.
It's
She's
okay.
very innocent.
So
But she
Sonali,
tells
you have
I'm
to,
aware about her. No, that's
okay,
why.
since you're aware, now you have to ask yourself, do you love this space? Because you get to be the control freak and the anxiety one. Okay, chalo, I'll come and do your jhadu pota on my head. Point is, you're choosing this. It doesn't matter what she's doing.
I know. I am aware about this.
The
I'm
choice is
not
your,
letting
you
it
want to
go.
be in this space or you want to change this. And that goes with Vandana, that goes with everyone. And wherever you're coming from, I read on the chat, someone wrote about losing people. So is it true people die? It's just a body goes away. So why are we making again real about death and birth here?
And Rashi, there's one more thank you. When I talk about maid, no, people start laughing on me because they feel ke,
It's
you
true
know,
because half the dunya is crying only for that. Our
no,
world is the way Asians are too programmed to have staff on our head. So it's a blessing one way.
Ha.
So don't laugh, acknowledge it. It's a big thing. In fact, acknowledge that space, right? I don't have a bigger problem, I have only staff problem. You guys have a bigger problem. It's all your point of view.
I know, I'm just telling you. So they start first only, they'll start laughing. Matlab, suppose anyone, I'm talking about anyone. I said, okay, Baba, this is really serious. I know I made it very significant. I'm just sharing this with you. Okay, this is occupying a lot of space in my world.
But acknowledge that you have only staff problem and not some big problems.
Yeah.
People have much big problems. So just lighten up that energy. Only from that. Technically, you don't need to have any problem. We are just bored in our life, and that's why we love creating trauma drama.
I had the cook. I couldn't cook for myself. I had the cook since very long, and I could see that it's not working for me. So one fine day, I was like, "Bas ho gaya," and I just asked her not to come. She couldn't believe that I could ask her not to come, but I did that, and it gives me immense peace.
Lovely. We all know what works for us and what doesn't. And any area of our life which is not working, where you're going in the wrongness to create that anxiety, you need to acknowledge you're much aware. You're aware about their issues, the surrounding issues where you're living. And even if you could be living all alone in this house, wherever you all are, you're on a radius of 1 kilometer by default to know about it. Even if you don't actively go in everyone's awareness. As you build a muscle, the percentage is increased, the kilometer increases. But by default, every person in this reality, about a kilometer, they are aware. They're always aware. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Because consciousness includes everything. Yeah, Sumita ji?
Yeah, Rashi, I was just resonating with everyone because same is OCD with me. Today morning only my husband told me, you're not going to get award for this. Just leave it. Because it has gone to that level that I had scanned everything, all my papers, important papers like deed, house deed, their numbers, and everything is in the mail. कि कुछ भी हो जाए कल को, but mail तो रहेगी ना, those kind of level of being organized with papers, especially with all the. So today morning only, I said, my husband told me, maid knows how to manipulate the maid portion. You can't take out work from her, but she'll nicely take out work from you.
Yeah, the staff is very smart because in this reality, especially in Asian countries, the staff is very well aware we can't do without them.
Yes, so today only he told me, you will not get any award for this. Leave it. जो जैसा चल रहा है उसको चलने दो. And papers के लिए don't get so panic. Deed numbers we are writing it down. I mean, like it's all in the mail and बच्चों के certificates भी mail भी everything. It's a bunch of things scanned and mail में डाल देती हूँ so that papers are organized. That level.
Okay, you guys, whoever who is an OCD, don't go in the wrongness. OCD is a very beautiful muscle. In this reality, people take them as a freak. Yeah. It's a big muscle. Trust me, you guys can do much more faster things than anyone because you all know exactly the number, the spacing, the placing. Yeah. It's a very different muscle. So even whoever judges you or makes fun of you, Just go. It's an interesting point of view.
But
It
this
works.
has taken a wrong turn. You know, I have been medically, doctors have told me I've
Yeah,
undergone
this-
2 operations because he says the anxiety level is so high that
because it's not
slow down.
anxiety, it's excitement. Just be honest to yourself. Ask
Oh,
yourself, when you're doing this, are you getting excited? Because it gives your dopamine so high that you can have the control of everything. Because all the people who are OCD are control freaks. But instead of being just a control freak, have the fun of it. People will do this. Doctors will come and tell you, you guys need to take a medication, you need to calm down your nerves and your muscles. You all need to acknowledge it's just a fun, high dopamine, which you all of your life get. Just take that away, okay? Just energetically, the people who said they have that OCD issue, just for 10 seconds. Just perceive it in your body, whoever said that. You all don't have that, okay? We've taken that away permanently from your world. What happens to your body? Does it contract or it expands? Be honest. Just for 10 seconds. Not even for a molecule you can do that OCD anymore in this world till the time you're in this body. Does your world contracts or expands?
Contracts.
Thank you. Most of y'all? Because
I'll miss anxiety.
it's not anxiety. That's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
I'll miss that butterfly. Let's call it
Because
butterfly.
it gives you the alive feeling. So point is, you need to be smart about it. We are labeling from this reality, it is anxiety. You're just aware of people. It's your awareness.
So, you know, Rashi, for instance, when my daughter was born, I made 10 birth certificates, originals, and kept them away in a file which has all my other certificates. And every time she needed a certificate, I'd produce it. So I had 7 left. And just before going abroad to study, somehow she managed to spy those birth certificates. And she said, I'm keeping these. I said, no, you'll lose them. I am keeping them. She said, they're my birth certificates. I'm an adult. I'm 27. And she took them from me. Very like this thing. And 2 weeks ago, she said, Mom, I need to apply for my residence visa. Do you know where my birth certificates are? I just lost it. I couldn't, like I said, 27 years. I have kept them safely for you, and now she's asking.
Can you acknowledge you had that capacity to expand 27 years ahead to know this would require? That time people thought you were being whatever of these labels of this reality, and you also judged yourself for it. But can you acknowledge it's not about now? You guys have the capacity of over 100 years to know what you all are doing right now.
Wow.
It's just because you can't see it in this reality, it doesn't mean it's not happening for you all. Right. We are all in our own way. And people, again, who doesn't have OCD, that doesn't mean you all are wrong. You all have a different capacities. Everyone has. It just maybe some are labeled in this world and some are not. Point is, we all by default mode, whatever age, whatever you all could be, we all are magnitude of having the capacity of knowing everything. It's just some people are very tuned to it and some are not. It's as simple as a gym muscle or a kitchen muscle. With time, you'll just start getting it, how much you use it.
But Rashi, how you differentiate between the excitement and the anxiety? Like, if I'm asking you something, for example, I'll feel some, my heart is coming to my mouth. I should ask Rashi this or not.
Oh,
what is that? That is anxiety or that is excitement?
So
and by seeing people, sometime I don't want to be in the company, or I feel.
Okay. So the first thing, let's address both the thing one by one. Yeah. As you said that you don't want to say it and all that. So truth, be aware. Yeah. The reason you were going so fast, were you aware your body was getting excited to talk? Yes or no? Just yes or no. Don't get into your mind.
No.
So what? Truth. Were you really getting nervous? Or your body was giving a signal of being alive? Because you were, though your camera's off, but I'm sure everyone will agree that when you were talking, you were having that smile in your voice, that happiness in your voice. But if you were nervous, you would not be having that joy in your voice.
Okay.
Yeah. And you went fast. So when we are going sometimes very fast in that excitement, we know our body just it's getting excited. And we make it that it is wrong and we are fearing. And sometimes when people who fumble, it's also another form of muscle. We are making it as anxiety and, I'm getting scared. That's why I'm fumbling and all that. But the point is they're so fast in their mind. They are the ADHD, but they've gone so fast that the words just don't come out because energetically they are selling you things. But in this reality, we make them, oh, you're this and you're that. Because we want to control things. We want to label people. And the second part, what did you say? Sorry, I forgot. You addressed one this and second thing you had asked me.
Yeah, even asking questions also, I feel like sometimes पूछे ना पूछे. So anxiety भी होता है कि I should ask. You're not, like, for example,
So
you.
when you're doing that,
Yeah.
doing that, be honest to yourself. Are you getting you're tapping into other people's anxiety and making it yours? And
That
are you
too, yeah.
tapping into others' questions and making it this is your question to ask? Because so many times, why everyone's question starts getting interconnected? Because we're just all aware of each other. Why when we go for a big class or big space or anything, we just know who to talk or not to talk because they are your type of the frequency tapping into. So awareness that frequency is always there. And in that, along with that, when we understand that, we are even aware of each other's emotions also. So wait, someone's written, so anxiety, we have label, which is excitement can be an potency. Yes, one way, yes. Because it's a lie. Anxiety is a distractor energy, not to see the truth, what you're feeling. And feeling only your body feels. You're always aware as a being. Okay, one by one. I think Mamta went first, so I'll take Mamta's question.
Yeah, Rashi, good evening. I just wanted to say that, as you said, that once you get excited, you start fumbling also, and you are more energetic rather than, and then words don't come to you, your lack of vocabulary is there. So this thing happens to me, and I wonder why. I mean, I make this as a wrongness for myself. Now, but since you are saying, so I'm, a little happier with what you said. But
okay, are you happy because you know it's true for you? Or is it because it's not because of me? You just knew that is true for you. That's why you could even unmute and suddenly ask for this.
I was used to make a wrongness of it. Why things, why I get loss of words. But when you're explaining it to me, then I mean, when you said this, then I feel that yes, actually this happens to me.
Exactly, because you're aware. The reason you could connect to it because you're aware what it's coming out is true. The reason you can resonate with this because you know it's true for you. That you don't fumble, you actually start getting excited and energetically you can perceive and talk faster.
Faster as well as, look for the correct words to express at that point of time.
So
I feel
can we all acknowledge words are just created? Energy is the first language. So if you're just being that energy, words don't matter. We put words behind with the energy. That's how I could say a foul word, but if my energy is not resonating to that, it will not hurt someone. So it's the energy behind it.
God, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, who's next? So, Sonali, go ahead. There's on the chat or something. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, it's actually so amazing. Like in the morning, till I read on the group about this word anxiety, I was not at all anxious, and then suddenly, I started getting that energy of anxiety, and it's like, I started creating anxiety, is what I'm getting aware of right now. And then I didn't know suddenly what is happening to me, and then everybody who have spoken, it was like, I was feeling a part of all of it. Like, suddenly I'm wondering from where this is coming. And now when I came to the call, I am like, oh my God, I didn't even ask whom does this belong to. And I'm like, was I just, tapping into everybody's energies because everyone was so up for this topic? And now when you said, like, it is actually excitement. So there are so many things that are showing up. One is, like, whenever there is that excitement, things resolve so beautifully when that excitement is there. Otherwise, it's like, it's like a very different space where we are like just doing things. There's just a pattern, everything is going on. But when this excitement is there, with me, it is like I will use all the tools, I will do the clearings, and then, I see the resolve happening. However, now when you said it can be a potency as well, I don't know, I'm having a severe headache and I'm not understanding what this headache is all about.
Can you first return it to the sender, since you know the access to?
Yes.
And now ask, what are you aware of? Is it yours? Or you're still trying to heal with someone? So just return it to the sender. Point is, even the anxiety, the pains, aches, we want to make it, it's all yours. And when it's gone for a couple of minutes or days or years, we really want to believe that it's all ours. So even the anxiety, you could say you could be having from childhood, because you made that incident more real. So your brain has programmed to make it as a story, that something similar, it will give you as a threat signal. Instead of making you believe your body is just getting alive. Because when we are alive, we are alert. So when you are claiming that anxiety, is just that you're alert that time. And that alert, this is the only way, like how Sonali said, only when we are being happy, we tend to create, which is true. So we create both the polarity of this reality to be so bored and so anxious, so that we are not doing anything. So because we'll find a way to come up again. We don't like a graph going always high. We like to go up and down, because we like to believe this is how we live in this world. It's like that parameter of this reality. You guys all find it boring if you're having every day a joyful day. I've said this in my earlier calls also. Just perceive it, forget for 24 hours. Just for 12 hours straight, not with the sleeping part. Just 12 hours when you're wide awake and nothing goes wrong. You're actually just being the joy of your being. Can you all receive that? Just for even 12 hours. It's too much. So who does that? We like to control. And then we say, oh, I was not controlling it. This happened, that situation happened, this person did this to me, an XY came, my child did this, my mother-in-law did this, and blah, blah, the list will go on. Or traffic came, nothing. Or the weather came. We'll have all possibility to blame something, then acknowledge that we are so refined, like so powerful beings, that we created this for ourselves. Because we are so bored not to have a happy life. The joy of our being. We love boredom. We make boredom our best friend, and we allow happiness and joy as a guest or as a party. It's the same thing, right? अगर daily घर पे party होने लग गई, क्या होएगा? Party का fun खत्म. But instead of looking at party का fun खत्म हो गया, can you find ways to outcreate that party and make it a more happening party? Add more different things. It's same thing. Now we are coming in the festival seasons. Most of us will go for card parties, Diwali parties, whatever. If you're going dailies in the same way, we'll end up going because we have to do the obligation. But ultimately, you'll say it's boring unless you see a party which is in a very different way. So why are you waiting for those invitations rather being that energy? You are creative, and creative doesn't mean you have to be creative this way. You need to ask, what do I know that nobody knows? When you trust yourself from that space and asking in your world, you'll be amazed what all of you can create and feel the true alive of your being. Instead of making yourself believe, I'm only alive when I get that anxiety. Because you guys somewhere still want to keep controlling things. What if today you couldn't just control anything, any damn thing? What will happen? What's the worst can happen to any of you? They're all laughing. So
yeah, even when you say that, it feels scary. Like,
Scary or excitement?
I'm like out of control. Oh shit, what is that?
Yeah, because we are so programmed. I mean, you want to feel the energy of the Halloween. It's fine to feel that energy, but that doesn't mean you have to create in your world. I mean, I know tonight's a Halloween night.
Oh, is that why one is feeling that? Didn't think of it.
Yes. Yes, because we all have that awareness, no? Like as earlier someone said about the full moon and everything. Of course, those things play a role. I'm not going to deny that, but it doesn't mean they are the only one to control that. You just have to be aware. You all are aware of all those things, but you don't have to make it real in your body to feel alive that way.
And so for me, the biggest weight of control is time. Like people in the gym laugh. They say, oh, 8:30, we knew when then I was going to walk in. Oh, is it 8:30? They look at the watch when I walk into the gym. Because I walk in at the dot of 8:30, my OCD is to that level. And I leave at the dot of 9:30.
If it works for you, please acknowledge and do that.
Yeah.
But don't go in the wrongness if someone is not doing that for you.
But time becomes a factor of control. Yeah, I had a major issue with my cook of many years because she would always come late. And this is the biggest bone of contention. Otherwise, she's really good. But I just can't
But this is the reason you can control her and scream. So you can prove you're right and she's wrong.
And so she left my job and she went away because she didn't want to come on time. So it's a control thing between the two of us.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. When you guys want to hire anyone or anything, what do you want to know? Just ask and put the word of, is it like truth? Will they do this? Will they create that for me?
Yeah, but in 4 months she came back. And I said, now if you're going to come back, please be on time. This is one thing I can't handle.
And is she doing that?
It's still coming late.
I don't see. Because that's not in her reality. It's in your reality.
Yeah.
The reason you can still take her, can you acknowledge because you still want to control it? People will keep coming again in different costumes or same costume because you know that's the way you can control.
Right.
So, and then we say people don't change. People will never change. Only you can change and you can choose something different. And that doesn't mean kid, you have to change anything about you. You just have to acknowledge for who all of you are here.
Right.
It's nothing to make any of y'all wrong with your capacities because we all have some different beautiful capacities. It's just, are y'all ready to receive you first? And something works for y'all, just ask for that more. Just more. You can just demand that in your universe. Universe has no point of view to give you or not to give you. It's we who don't want to receive all of that. If you're asking for a better staff, better partner, more money, whatever, demand that. You can get everything. But if you guys want to control and go in that graph of being alive this way, that's also not wrong.
You know, for me, I'm like coming from a very different space. It was like, you know, I have been controlled by a lot of people all my life, you know, and yeah, of course, there is a lot of awareness now. And, you know, I'm asking questions like, you know, what can it be for me to be the, you know, powerful one? Things are changing. And, you know, so once you get the taste of, you know, how you can control people.
And can I just stop you first thing, what you said, that I've been controlled? In reality, no one controls us. The minute anyone is controlling you, you are the one who's controlling. It never starts from the outside world. Sorry to break that to you.
Oh.
Nothing happens from the outside world. Even if you could be as simple as a baby born in a particular family, you chose and you controlled it, what you'll do with that family. So however you could be going through in any area of your life, as simple as being abused, everything to that degree, we are control freaks.
I mean, it's like just bouncers, like
it creates likeness. That's why you're laughing, because we all know as a being we do that. Everything all this is bringing up, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, poor and pork, all 9 shots, boys, 4 wads and beyond. Anyone, anything? Or I think we are good because we've really gone in detail and I've given you all enough masala for this week. Any last question or we are good for today? Okay, Jazz, go ahead. That will be the last question.
It's like still some clearing with that.
So
everywhere I'm feeling I've
okay, are you aware of out of control or clearing? Out of form or out of structure?
Oh, I have been running away from it.
Yes.
Running away, it's coming to me from everywhere.
So that's the clearing you require. That's the clearing you require. You want a clearing? You have it.
राशि वो clearing कभी समझ में ही नहीं आया. ऐसे क्या है?
समझना नहीं है. You
नहीं
don't need
समझना मतलब what I mean to say, I love clearing all this thing, but whenever that came, no, I used to switch off.
Yeah, because you guys want to control it, that also, no?
Oh, I just keep scrolling it like go, go, go.
Well, look at the energy of all of your
from everywhere.
power. That doesn't make you all wrong. Again, guys, if you all like to control, ask, how can I have this in my advantage? But the bigger way to have more ease when you don't control. It's not about making the people who love controlling, but if you all are looking for the bigger ease, let go of it. Because control is again what you know. It's not allowing your awareness to come up.
Can you do that clearing for us once or twice,
I'm
Rash?
not allowed to use it on the public platforms. That's why I said that whoever knows can use that.
No, I do know it, but
I can't because that's a big clearing. So that's why I just say pod and fork. I don't form it here in a proper way. I'll put it on the chat if you guys want.
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah, Jazz, I'll take that last question, guys.
I was hesitant. I'm like, should I ask? Should I? And I was like, okay, forget it. This is the last call. I'm going to ask it anyway. So my question is, so like ever since I got COVID, like a couple of years ago, I've had like significant hair fall, and I've seen, you know, a lot of doctors. I've been on tons of medications, oils, potions, lotions, everything, healing. I mean, you name it. So for me, it's like part of the control, like you were talking about earlier, control anxiety as people ask the questions. For me, it's like I'll start a medication or potions, oils, whatever it is. And if I don't see like results, you know, in like a week, then I get into the anxiety, panic, anger, control, like, oh my, why isn't it working? I spent so much money or I did all this stuff. So is it not working just because I'm trying to control so many aspects of it and getting anxious that, oh my God, it's like not working. And, you know, I'm going into this mind fuck basically.
So truth, what are you trying to prove here? More than control, what are you trying to prove here? That none of this works? And you'll be that control thing of it, that I'll keep proving that none of this works. If you're thinking so long, you know you're thinking. You don't need to do that. What are you aware of here?
Oh my God, I have like goosebumps right now.
So everything all that brought up can be destroyed and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom talk, all 9 shorts, boys, move ads and beyond. When we're trying to prove, it's the underlying I'll control and show you what I can be and not be. When you're
trying to outcreate like the medications basically. So even though they could work, I'm trying to prove that they
You need to ask those things, will it create more for me? Because you need to even acknowledge what your body is asking. First, you need to talk to your body. What does hair growth means to it? And where did you agree and align that by a certain age, my hair will start looking like this? Because sometimes when we are young, we have bought into this reality, how we will look and how we'll feel. We control to that degree. And then we freak out when things start happening in our real world because we don't realize when we were young or what we saw, how we imprinted in our body and our being. We are that magnitude of seeing things and attracting in our body and our world. Where you've judged or where you've aligned, it's either or, it sticks to your world. So you need to first get present to your. Play with that.
So any medication basically that before I even start just shoving it in my body, just be present and ask my body, first of all, is this your contribution for one?
Yeah.
And
because what could contribute to you might not contribute to my body and vice versa. So you need to be brutally honest. Is it a hair fall or it's something else? Firstly, ask the body what's it asking for. You need to be first to learn to communicate with your own self, all of y'all, because we'll have to control what we can use and have from the outside world. So lower your barriers and ask whatever y'all all truly your body's ready to talk to y'all. In any area of your life, be it physical body, be it emotionally, mentally, relationship, you guys can all create anything if you let go of the control and the underlying, because when you're not able to control, y'all are believing it, it's anxiety.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gitika, quickly, because the call was just going too long and people are
Hi.
Hello.
I wouldn't have said this somehow like from behind, as if this thing is coming to me. Can I have made some intention candles. Can I share about that if you are light with it?
I didn't get it. Means you want to share something of your product here?
Yeah, I mean, I was just getting if I can ask you.
Means it's regarding your product you want to ask, or you want to sell it here?
Yeah, I mean, I have just made some candles in case somebody would like to buy.
So you can just leave your number on the WhatsApp group and people can connect with you there. That would be better.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, but don't advertise the whole thing, please, because then people start.
No, I wouldn't. That's why, I wanted to acknowledge you, and that was the only reason I said I'll ask you first if I can do that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, everyone. Before we meet next time,